Here's an interesting difference between Jesus, Muhammad, and Buddha, right? So Jesus wore a tunic and sandals. Very simple clothing, okay? Jesus was, let's face it, I mean, he was poor and he preached to other poor people. Or he wasn't afraid to. He preached to, anybody that would listen to him that was a Jew, basically. So Buddha wore a robe, just like Buddhists still do, wear robes. Now, Muhammad, he didn't wear this all the time, but he owned armor, swords, bow, like other weapons, helmet, shield. Like, Jesus didn't own a weapon. Jesus didn't own armor. Neither did Buddha, right? Buddha didn't come out with a pair of nunchucks and start kicking ass, even though that would have been a great story. But, Muhammad is not like Jesus or Buddha, okay? He's not a good example. Like, I don't want a guy raiding caravans, being, the lead raider into these caravans, trying to steal their stuff, or for whatever reason, okay? Jesus said, turn the other cheek. And Buddha said, nonviolence towards, you don't want to hurt anything that's a living, conscious thing. Muhammad's nothing like that, okay? And they say that, Islam is the religion of peace. And I don't see it. Like it started off peaceful when he had no power at all, and then as he started getting more powerful, it became more and more violent. That's the way I see it. So, that's not, I just can't believe that, here, say Jesus gained, more followers than what he did, and all of a sudden he's going to preach violence and we need to attack somewhere or raid somebody's caravan. I just don't see it. And I don't see it with Buddha either. Like, Buddha just gets, hundreds of people following him, and then they decide to, go violent. There's no evidence that something like that would happen. So, slavery. Muhammad bought, sold, captured, and owned slaves. Okay? Jesus never owned a slave. Buddha never owned a slave as far as I know. I mean, maybe his family did when he was a kid. I don't, but Buddha never himself owned a slave as far as I can tell. That's against Buddhism. Slavery is hurting another living thing, right? So, Buddhism is very anti-slavery. Now, Jesus didn't say anything against slavery, but he didn't own slaves himself, which I give him a point for that, right? But Muhammad, it was just, a part of everyday life, for him. And he even married, an ex-slave girl, which is, I guess that's a step up. I don't know. That was, I think, the fifth wife he had in a row at the same time. I don't know, but it was, and that's the thing. It's okay for Muhammad to have 5 wives, but everyone else can only have 4. But he's special, so you know what I mean.